Welcome to Who Wants to Be an Entrepreneur with Nancy Gaskins, inspiring and teaching everyday people how to create, fund, and live a life worth smiling and talking about. I believe one of the best ways to do that is to become an entrepreneur. All our shows are recorded and archived so you can listen and learn online all year long, 24/7. You can find us on all your favorite social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and you're also invited to join us each Friday from 11:30 to 1 Central Standard Time for our weekly Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday event. Bring your 30-second elevator pitch, an irresistible order, and earn as you learn how to grow your business using this exciting new economy called virtual marketplaces. The current COVID crisis was a wake-up call for many people. It showed us just how vulnerable we were, especially if we were relying on only one stream of income. And if that one stream of income was what we call a JOB. Like many individuals, business owners didn't have adequate emergency funds in place to get them through the crisis, and a pivot was necessary if they wanted to stay in business, right? So many people's had to think and act quick to come up with creative ways to feed their family, pay their mortgage, and keep the lights on. Guess what? Entrepreneurs were born overnight, not necessarily by choice, but because they had to. So there's never been a better time than right now to dust off your dream to become an entrepreneur. I'm encouraging everybody I know, everybody within my sphere of influence, to please consider owning and operate your own business. If you're already a small business owner, or maybe you're just playing a little bit small, I encourage you to join a mastermind session and start thinking more outside the box than in, to discover a variety of creative ways that you can grow your business over the next 12 months. There's some wonderful opportunities, especially online, for those of you who can pivot that way. And I'm telling you, I know business owners that are having massive exponential growth in their businesses right now due to that. Home-based business opportunities, work from home, and multiple streams of incomes. Those are three very hot search topics right now. Why? Because people are looking for affordable options like never before. So I've decided to do something a little bit different this fall. I'm teaming up with a variety of entrepreneurs from all over the world. We'll be discussing their journeys, the good, the bad, and the ugly. These are real people just like you and I who've agreed to share their stories in hopes of inspiring you to please follow your entrepreneurial dream. And one of the things that I have to tell you is it's not always sunshine and roses, nor can we guarantee that you're going to make $1 million and put all that in your bank account. But for most of us, being an entrepreneur, it's a lifestyle that's full of potential and possibilities. And for that, there's no way that we can put a price tag on that. There's a couple of things that I've been sharing, some statistics. There's 4 in particular that I want you to internalize. Number 1, 48% of Americans have the dream to own and operate their own business. Number 2, 51% who launch are over the age of 50. Number 3, 69% start their business from home. And number 4, average startup is $10,000. Why should that be of interest to you? Well, this spells opportunity. There's never been a better time than right now for you to own and operate your business. 48% of Americans dream of owning and operating their own business. Well, guess what? There's a big world out there. So chances are it's probably at least that or more worldwide, right? So that's tons of opportunity there, thinking that your business could be global. 51% who launch are over the age of 50. Why do you think that is? Well, you may have had some entrepreneurial dreams that you put in the closet for a while. You had a family, you had to raise kids, you needed that steady paycheck, and all of a sudden you wake up, the kids are grown, they're out of the house, and you're trying to decide what are you going to do with this next chapter of your life. You may not have put enough money aside that can afford you the lifestyle that you want to live during those golden years that maybe aren't so golden, and so you're looking for ways to supplement your income. Entrepreneurship, owning and operating a small business can do that for you. 69% start their business from home. This is good news. You don't have to have thousands or millions of dollars to start a brick and mortar business. You don't have to have a franchise. You don't have to do any of those things. You can start right from home. If you've got an internet connection and you're willing to try something new, it's a great opportunity out there right now. Last but not least, the average startup is $10,000. For some, that may seem like small change, but for the majority of folks, guess what? 10,000 may as well be $1 million because folks just have not set aside the money that they need. So one of the things that my group is going to do is we're going to be providing some grants for startups soon, as in probably over the next 90 days. So if you know of anybody who has a great business idea, profit or nonprofit, please send them our way and we'll see what we can do, because that is one of my big bodacious dreams, is to help launch businesses all over the world. I'm a firm believer in entrepreneurship and how that can transform your life. So let's get started. On today's episode, you're going to meet Dr. Stacey Cooper. I met Dr. Stacey back in May, I believe, at the Laurel Langmeyer event. And one of the things right away is I noticed she was winning all the competitions on her sales. So, of course, me being a sales and marketing gal, that immediately got my attention. And I started paying attention to what she was doing and what she was involved in and all of those things. So month after month, I saw her keep coming back, started following her on social media. I invited her to come over to my group and share her platform because she has a great funnel system that we'll be talking about a little bit today. So welcome, Dr. Stacey. So glad to have you here.
Thank you so much, Nancy. It's a privilege.
So I'm going to give you a little bit of background on Dr. Stacey. She's a holistic health and wellness authority, inspirational speaker, educator, founder of Lifestyle Balance Solution, and she's authored 4 books, with the newest release being Heal Your Health, Nourishing Your Mind, Body, and Spirit Naturally, which, there she's got it held up, is endorsed by Bob Proctor from the hit movie The Secret, and Jack Canfield, the founder of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. Heavy hitters there. Congratulations. Dr. Stacey is a chiropractor. Her practice was founded in 1912 by her great-grandfather, and she is a 4th-generation doctor of chiropractic with clinical experience that spans over 24 years. Due to suffering her own crisis as a result of not having balance in her life, Dr. Stacey rediscovered what it takes to be healthy in this crazy world. This is what led her to ultimately find the way to restoring her health naturally. She now has online courses, products, a personal mentorship program, and coaching, where she shares her insights and wisdom with all her patients and clients. Dr. Stacey's vision is to heal the health of the people of the world naturally through her mission of eliminating the diabetic epidemic globally. Dr. Stacey is married to her high school sweetheart, Dean, and they have 4 children. So again, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nancy.
So can you take a few minutes and share your story, how you became an entrepreneur, how'd you get into your current business, and what is your big dream? I can't wait to hear about how you're going to eliminate that diabetic epidemic.
Well, thank you. So I have been in practice for 24 years now, and it was 6 years ago that my husband and I attended a weekend seminar by who soon came to be our mentor, Noah St. John. And through his teachings, he was talking about stop procrastinating, getting your foot off the brake, and stop stopping yourself. And my words to him were, I'm going to implement his strategies. I'm going to get busier in my office, my brick and mortar store, and market my practice differently. And that's how it's going to make my money. Now, through the course of that 3-day weekend, it didn't take long before the light came on. It was actually my husband who said, you need to do this and get online. Because what was explained to me was no matter how busy I got in my practice and earning my money, that was still a one-to-one venture. There's only so many people that I can touch through the course of the hours of a day. And that is already the ceiling, the glass ceiling that would limit my success. And so when that nugget, when that light came on, and it was my husband, Dean, who said, you need to do this, I went, okay. And I didn't even have a laptop. We were on dial-up. So doing anything online was the furthest thing from my mind or my concept, because we only used email for soccer practices and hockey meetings for the kids. So it really was an exponential curve in regards to learning, but having a mentor who's been there, done that, that can show you the steps to create your online business was a key component to the success that I'm experiencing today. And so that started 6 years ago. Over the course of that time, I've worked with many different mentors and building my brand and building my funnel. And a funnel is the foundation of any online business. And if you don't have a funnel, you need to have a funnel. That's what I'll share with you.
So tell us about your business now. What is it that you do? So you've pivoted online, you still have your practice, but you've got this wonderful umbrella now that you've got everything under. So tell us about that.
Excellent. So Lifestyle Balance Solutions is my online business. And what was revealed to me that I couldn't see the forest for the trees was that I was already providing talks in my office. I was already guiding my patients with seminars and things like that of that nature, which means I had content. I already had content, which I didn't even know what to do with. And in regards to the online business, the key concept is build it once and sell to the end of time. So if you have content, if there's something that you're passionate about, like myself, health and wellness and healing your health naturally, when you have a passion and it comes from your heart, now that doesn't make it work, that makes it your mission. And that's what you're guided to do. And it's not a job anymore, right? You're not tied to it. You are creating it. And the creative process is so, I don't even have the words to describe it, but it opens you up to so much else that's available to the opportunities that present themselves. So as I created my Heal Your Health Blueprint, which is my online course, which developed from the sessions that I was teaching in my office to my patients one-on-one. So now I have this entity, this program available online that can reach everywhere that goes online, which means the World Wide Web. So that's taking your business globally. So in regards to sharing my mission, that is to eliminate the diabetic epidemic. In regards to the North American diet and how you're fueling your body, the North American diet is like putting diesel fuel in a gas engine. It's not the right fuel for the engine, which means that the engine isn't going to run properly, effectively, or efficiently. That means that your body is going to run into disease processes, signs and symptoms, and dysfunction. The miraculous thing is that your body can adapt to whatever environment you provide for it. When you change what you're providing, you can change your outcomes. What that means is when you begin to fuel your body differently, your body can heal on the inside. You can eliminate and reverse degenerative disease processes like diabetes and so many others. The food manufacturers are pumping you full of processed, packaged, manufactured, simple fuels, which leads your pancreas to be that engine that is running full tilt without coming down to that resting idle. And when it's running full tilt, that's when the parts start to wear out, just like in an engine. So when you change the environment you provide, you enable not only your pancreas, but all your systems to come to a resting idle where they can function optimally. And that's how you can heal your health naturally. That's just one teeny weeny component to it.
Folks, I hope y'all enjoyed that description as much as I did. You can just see the passion coming out in her. What a great description. I think all of us could resonate with that and totally understand that. And one of the things I want to bring up, she's talking about leveraging, you know, instead of saying the same thing over and over to different clients, you know, she's got it now built in where she can just send them to the website and, you know, that you can just go through the modules. It's a beautiful thing. And global, it doesn't matter. She doesn't have to be up all night long. Her business can be working for her 24/7 through across all of these time zones. And, you know, she can wake up and the cash registers are still ringing, right? While you're sleeping. That's a beautiful thing. Love that. So let's talk about some of the different products and services that you offer. Just briefly go down through your funnel and take us from the top to the bottom.
Okay. So a funnel is critical, and I mentioned that just a little bit earlier. So when you're talking about a funnel, a sales funnel for your online business, you want to start with something that's either what's called a lead magnet or a white sheet or a chapter of your book or a free giveaway or a PDF or a download. And so my free magnet is my 10 Down, 10 Days Guide. And you can find that at 10down10days.com. And that's a free guide where you would enter your name and email address. So that's a lead capture. That's how you begin to build your list, by providing something for free. You're giving value in order to receive the name and email from your potential client. As they move through that, there's also the opportunity for my $7 course, which is part of the 10 Down, 10 Days. So now that's the same step. The first step in the funnel is the free guide and the $7 course. As you progress in your funnel or your value ladder, whichever way you want to look at it, the next step would be my webinar, the 90daynewYou.com, where I host a webinar every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. where I offer at the end of the webinar my program, Creating Your New You. And that would be a value, mine is a value of $297, but that second step in your funnel could range anywhere from $47, $297 to $500. That's generally where your second step of your funnel would be. And then as your members progress through your funnel, the next level might be a retreat weekend, where you would do one-on-one, a group coaching weekend for a retreat where you're doing teaching and trainings and maybe an experience and things like that. And they get to spend more time with you. So that again would be a higher level ticket. So $14.99 or $5,000, depending on what you're offering through the course of that 2-day. And that is my Heal Your Health weekend retreat. Then that might be where you would offer personal one-to-one coaching, whether it be 3 months, 5 months, something like that. And that might range from anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000, again, depending on what you're providing in the value and the services. So basically, as your client moves through your funnel or through your value ladder, they start at the first place where they don't get any intimate access with you, no one-to-one. It's a free guide, it's a free download. They give their name and email. As they progress through, they pay a little bit more to get closer to you, the coach, the mentor, for your value, for your service. And as they continue to progress through, the value that you provide, the connection, the one-on-one time increases, which also means that their fees increase. And that is the structure of a value ladder. So that generally, the majority of your income will come from those who have already participated in the lower levels of your value ladder. Generally, you would not necessarily have a person come in and head straight to the top level. It can happen, but it's more rare. Generally, people will flow. So you want an easy transition as they move through. So in regards to my example, the first one is the free guide, 10 Down, 10 Days. They can then step into the $7 mini course at 10down10days.com. Then they would get notification of my webinar. Then that's where they may step into the coaching program, the group coaching in the Facebook group, and that's $297, with all of the modules and the bonuses and everything that I packed it full with to ensure their success in creating their new you, losing 20 pounds in the next 90 days or whatever goal they choose to have. And then as I continue to coach with them, then I would offer them other opportunities to increase their success in up-leveling their health and nourishing their mind, body, and spirit naturally. Other ways that you can implement is utilizing a summit, putting together a summit online. That's a very popular situation right now. Free tickets where you're offering great value. A number of speakers come together. You may have free giveaways or bonuses throughout the course of the day. And that's, again, how you can build your community. And that's the point of the tripwire. The initial entry level is to build your list so that you have invested clients who you can market to, because they're your ideal client and your avatar.
And one of the things, like she said, we do business with people that we like, know, and trust. So you don't come in with a complete stranger and say, okay, I'm willing to give you $20,000 right off the bat. Don't have a clue who you are. And I am always shocked at seeing this all the time at some of these events. It just kind of cracks me up, and I'm thinking, no, don't do that. So anyways, I love how she's got her funnel set up. So I always ask her to share that because she's done an excellent job on that. So let's get down in the trenches before we have to go here, Dr. Stacey. What are some tips and advice that you'd give somebody that was interested in becoming an entrepreneur?
interested in becoming an entrepreneur, there is no time like the present to step into it. Pivoting is the key word right now. You're hearing that everywhere. So if your life has been shifted, maybe not within your control, now's a perfect time to step into something that you love doing. Were you really thrilled with what you were doing before? And if you weren't, now is the perfect time to reinvent yourself. You've been given an opportunity. You've been given this time. Seize it, grasp it, jump all in. Now, the biggest advice I can give you is don't do it alone, because you will not succeed. You will not have any direction which way to go. I didn't have any direction as to which way to go. That's why I didn't even realize that I needed to be online, because it wasn't even in my mind. We were on dial-up. I didn't even have a laptop. So how on earth could I start an online business with that? I couldn't. So having a mentor, find someone that you resonate with. Find someone who speaks your language. Follow them, listen to them, follow them on social media, attend some of their free events, see whether they jive with you. If you get a great feeling and they're on the same page that you are and they're doing things at a higher level that you want to achieve, then that is who you should follow. If they're talking apples and you're talking roast beef, you're not going to jive. It's not going to be successful. So make sure that you're congruent with their message, because that was one of the key components. And that's what drew me to Noah, was his verbiage. The words that he was using was words that I was using in my office, in my chiropractic practice. And it was a perfect fit. It's like he's talking my language. So that's what you want, is a mentor who is where you want to go, because you don't then have to reinvent the wheel. They already have the steps in place and can guide you right along. That's one of the biggest components, biggest tips I can give you as an entrepreneur. But get started right now. Time is the only commodity that you can't buy more of. You'll never get this back. And this right now in this world of what we're experiencing is a gift. Receive it as that. Use it as that. And create from there a life that you love.
Love it. Love it. Great tips. Great advice. So do you have any special offers for our listeners today? What you got going on?
Of course, you can enter my funnel. I have my free guide. It's 10 down in 10 days. This is a full guide that you have access to at 10down10days.com. And it's 10 simple steps that you can implement just 10 minutes at a time to begin to heal your health naturally. And one of the key components is on the back page, I put all 10 steps in one convenient location that you can print off the back page, put it on your fridge or your bathroom mirror as a reminder of some of the things that you want to begin to implement, and taking that forward. And as you step into the mini course, I will give you a spoiler alert. When you step into that $7 course, you will actually receive my cookbook as a PDF inside that mini course. 57 recipes, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert for healing your health naturally. Wheat-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, gluten-free, and delicious. Simple and easy, and you actually get to have chocolate cake too.
What a deal, folks. What a deal. Thank you so much, Dr. Stacey, for joining us today. Folks, you can join us next time as we explore a little bit further into the wonderful world of entrepreneurship. We offer tips and advice how everyday people like you are building sustainable business models that can fund the life of your dreams. For those of you who are already in business, we'll help you discover even more creative ways to pivot and grow your business. Tune in to learn how to avoid some of the most common pitfalls, take tips and advice, and we'll also be answering some of your most pressing entrepreneurial questions. You can text those in to me directly at 850-499-7149. And again, you've been speaking with Dr. Stacey today, and I'll be putting all of her links in the episode for you to reach out and contact her and get those free guides. So you've been listening to Who Wants to Be an Entrepreneur with Nancy Gaskins. We believe one of the best ways to learn and live a life that you'd be most proud about. And what is it that I always say? A life worth smiling and talking about. I'm sure that's what all of you want today. So please consider becoming an entrepreneur. And if you'd like help with that, come join our tribe. Thank you, Dr. Stacey.
Thank you, Nancy. It's always a pleasure.